Hello and welcome back to Desert DIY. If you are new here, please consider hitting the subscribe button for more DIY projects. So today I'm going to be working on this bench. My mom had it in her backyard with pots on it and it has seen better days, so I turned it into this. And I'm super excited. This project turned out way better than I thought, and I kind of just went with it as I was going. And here I am starting the project. So the first thing I'm going to do is flip it over and unscrew all the screws that are holding the bench seat onto the bench legs. So I'm just going to get a regular Phillips head screwdriver and unscrew all the screws that are holding it on. And I'll just fast forward this now because I'm pretty sure you guys know how to use a screwdriver. Now that I have the top off, I'm going to take the bottom half outside and start spray painting it with this spray paint. So I always use the Rust-Oleum 2x coverage. It's a paint and primer together. I always buy it when it's on sale, 2 for $7, so that makes it $3.50. So this project didn't even use a full can of spray paint. And this spray paint that I bought, oh, of course, the wind has to mess everything up right away, but good thing there's a bunch of rocks nearby to hold that down. But anyways, the spray paint that I was using, the can had been sitting in my garage for a long time, and sometimes when you leave spray paint sitting for a long time, the nozzle part can get kind of clogged up. So you'll see there are some times where I'm spray painting with it upside down. So when you notice that your spray paint can is starting to act as if the nozzle part is clogged, if you flip it upside down before it completely clogs itself up, then for some reason that gets the clog out. I don't know why it does that. My husband actually taught me that trick, and I've used it ever since, and I've almost always been successful. There have still been times where the spray paint nozzle just stops working and I have to go and exchange it for another one at the store. And you know, I'm not even really sure why that happens. It just does happen, and usually the stores are pretty good about exchanging the one that's clogged up for a new one. But I'm just doing a really quick first coat on this. Since it is kind of a glossy finish paint, I don't want to put it on too thick. Also, it was cold out that day, and when you paint on a cold surface with spray paint or using a spray gun, there's a really good chance that your paint will run. So you want to make sure you're putting on a light coat in this cold weather, so that way your paint doesn't get all runny and ruined, and then you have to sand it and start over. But you can see here now I'm starting to spray paint upside down, and I keep having a little bit of issues in stopping and starting because I can feel the spray paint can start to clog up on that nozzle. All right, I've got it spraying again, so I'm gonna keep going with this project, and hopefully by the time that I do the second coat, I won't have any problems with this clogging in my spray paint can. Oh, of course, I have to mess it up again. All right, so while I'm waiting for that first coat of spray paint to dry, I'm going to go ahead and get the padding for my bench seat glued on to the top of the bench seat. So I bought this pack, this like a 3-pack of cushions from Walmart, and I'm just lining it up and cutting it to size to fit the top of this bench seat. This package that I bought, it was the last one they had at Walmart, and it was already opened. Somebody had ripped it open. I don't know why, or maybe it was an accident. I don't know. But either way, I made sure to ask for an open box discount when I went to checkout, since this was the last item. Now, if it's not a last item and you find an open box item, usually what they'll do is they'll just go get you one that's not been opened so that you don't get the discount. But if it is the last one, then make sure you ask for that discount. And the foam cost, I believe, around $5 after the discount. It was originally $6.97 and they brought it down to a little under $5. So that was very doable for something like this. Foam like this can get really expensive, so I was kind of relieved that I found a package that was open and that it was the last one. So the way I'm gonna get this foam to stick onto the top of the seat is I'm just gonna use some Loctite spray adhesive. This is something you can buy at Walmart. I can't remember off the top of my head how much this spray adhesive costs, but it lasts a really long time. So this can will last me for maybe 20 or more projects. And you don't have to use spray adhesive. I just find that it's really convenient and fast. And when you have an infant in the home, you don't really get a lot of time to yourself, especially because my son is a breastfed baby. I'm usually on call for giving him the boob. So anytime he gets hungry, I have to quit doing whatever I'm doing and get back inside and feed him. But this project went by super fast because I have done these things over and over and found the easiest ways for projects like these to get done quickly, like using the spray adhesive. Now I'm just going to cut the end piece to size, and then that will be the last part that I need to stick onto the bench before I go inside and cover it with the fabric. So since I'm done with that cushion part, I'm going to go back and do my second coat since the first coat has already dried. The second coat's going to go by really quickly because I'm really just getting the extra coverage instead of the first coverage. Alright, so here's the fabric I bought. I got it on super clearance at Hobby Lobby for $8.99 for 1 yard. I only used about 3/4 of a yard for this project. I have a little bit left over that I might be able to use for another DIY in the future. Scraps like these I tend to keep. And I'm just going to use my T50 staple gun and T50 staples. I start on one side and staple all the way down, then I go around to the other side, pull it tight, and staple that down. I find that it's easier to go ahead and trim the fabric before you staple the other side, so I just used one of the lines in the fabric and followed that line to trim it so that way it stays even on both sides. Sometimes it's a blessing and a curse having a fabric that's geometric this way, because if you put it on crooked it will be so obvious, but it also makes it easier to line things up because of the lines in the fabric. Alright guys, we're in the home stretch now. All I'm going to do is flip this upside down so that I can screw the base back on, and then this bench will be finished. I am so excited with how this turned out, and I want to mention how I did the fabric where I stapled it really far inside of where the screws are going to go so that the staples don't interfere with where the screws are going back into the seat. And I'm just going to put the screws right back in the holes, same screws that I took out, and screw those in really quick. And you guys probably already know exactly how to do this, so I don't need to go into too much detail for that. And this project is officially finished. I love how it turned out. I feel like it's something that you would see in Kirkland's or Hobby Lobby for like $100. And I only did it for like pennies on the dollar. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked what you saw, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see more DIY and other mommy type videos. Thanks for watching. Bye!